acts like organized crime, and people think that's hyperbolic. I'll give you an example. The company Celgene. In the 90s, Celgene found a drug called thalidomide. They didn't find it. Thalidomide is the infamous drug that caused the terrible flipper babies, the terrible birth defects. It was developed by a company called Chemi Gruenthal. And the developers of the drug were Nazi chemists, Nazi war criminals. That's how soiled this whole story is. It was taken off the market, but it had some efficacy in leprosy, they discovered. So this company, Celgene, got the rights for thalidomide. They used their white shoe law firm. They branded it. So they got thalidomide. They started to use it in leprosy. It cost pennies, 10, 11 cents a pill to make. They were selling it, I think, for $6 a pill. Then they saw an opportunity in the cancer market, in myeloma. Myeloma is a plasma cell cancer that has no cure. And thalidomide has mild immunomodulatory effects and some anti-angiogenic effects. And there's a place for it, sort of. Anyway, they got this approved to treat myeloma. Now, mind you, this is a drug that costs pennies to make. They rebranded it, and thalidomide it's called phthalimide, and then the other one is called Revlimid. In Revlimid, all they did was they took out one oxygen atom and added a nitrogen atom. All of the R&D that they say cost so much money was done by these Nazi war criminals. Phthalimid, which costs pennies to make, they sell for $200 a pill. Revlimid, they sell for $700 a pill. Okay. Revlimid comes to about $17,000 per month, okay, per cancer patient. They were bought by Bristol Myers Squibb, and the price kept going up. So I use this analogy when people say, well, how could you say it's an organized crime? Well, let's just think. They have a captive audience, desperate cancer patients. It's like if there was a terrible drought, and people were dying of thirst, but I was the only person with water source. And I started selling the water. I'll make a few bucks. The water cost me 11 cents. I started selling it for 50 cents. But then I've got a captive audience. I rise the price up, and start selling it for $200, $400 a bottle. Okay? That's what organized crime does. That's what pharma did with this pill. That's what pharma does across the board. Okay? And we've allowed this culture to happen. To fully understand the journey from healer to wealthy pharmaceutical agent is illustrated again with Avastin. Susan Desmond-Hellmann was a famous oncologist. I've interviewed her, lovely woman. She had an interesting story also. She was an idealistic young doctor at the beginning. Her husband was